After now going on about 11 hours of searching, yeah, that probably gotcha, I've almost solved the problem with the M2TS files that I've been having for a long time now. Probably even a half a year. So what's the problem? Well, for one, the camcorder software outputs to SD. It only outputs to 640 by 480, or something around that kind of area. You buy an HD camcorder for HD video, right? So what's the point of having a camcorder, an HD camcorder, being provided with software that only exports SD? You're otherwise left with M2TS files that you otherwise can't do anything with. There is, however, something I've been working on for a long time. Of course, this doesn't include from the past 7 hours, but yeah, 9 programs here that I've tried, and I think this is 12, 13, 14. It's so many out there already. But I've gotten much, much closer. And of course, these notations at the end are some indication. This one's been advertised as being freeware, but it was actually a trial, even though there was no hint as to needing to buy the thing. After all, what's the point of risk of buying a $30 software program and the such, when, given this, there's always some kind of flaw or weakness or limitation or something like that. It's kind of leans toward not worth it. Even $5 would be really pushing it, if you know what I mean. But so far, to date, the closest one I've found is this, or at least that's until very recently. There's just one problem with it. What's the problem? Well, 40,000 Kbps. This would normally be kilobits per second rather than kilobytes per second. But even then, if this was kilobits per second, I'm converting this file right here, which is 25 seconds. If this is any indication, yep, 25 seconds. Okay. So, this would mean 5,000 kilobytes per second. The original file is 47 megabytes. So basically, I would assume that it should output to 125. Trouble is, there's no way to change the codec or anything else without it changing to some other file format. There's no way I can use anything that's more useful. So this program is really limiting, but at least it outputs to this resolution correctly, and it does have much higher quality than a lot of the other programs I've seen or tried. Like this one that I was once referred to in one of the comments I got. Yeah, super. It doesn't work because the maximum quality, not 40,000, not the 21,000 that my camcorder was basically using in a way, but nope, not even 12,000. Yeah, it's already pretty bad there, but only 8,000 kilobits per second. That, for this kind of resolution, is downright horrible. Yeah, even at the 640 by 480, 8,000 is noticeably bad for this MPEG 2. However, that aside, I have found something that does so much better as far as quality goes. Just to give you an idea on what kind of quality you're looking at, yeah, it's very pixelated. And boy do I mean pixelated. But at least it's better than what I've been seeing anyway, and you can make out details and things like that. However, in order, well, that same file I'm otherwise converting. I've seen a significant improvement thanks to my new processor, the i7-2600K. The K meaning that it's fully unlocked. I can overclock the thing with minimal effort. Of course, I'm not doing overclocking yet, but at least you do get the idea. Of course, I need to get better RAM, and I need a dedicated cooling fan before I even bother with that, because right now I'm actually hovering around 45 Celsius for the temp. Of course, do take note of my 25C room, if you know what I mean. 25 Celsius. But at least you do get the idea. Yeah. 8. That's because there's 4 cores and there's hyper-threading, so it's dual or something per core. But what I need to do is I need to convert this file. I'll demonstrate what exactly the problem is, but to show, well, I'll just go through these various settings. The preview I don't care for at all. This, normally I'd be using all 8 cores. Okay. Yep, maximum quality. And boy, it's really, really good. I'll tell you, really, really good. I like it, and then some. I'm surprised it's just the quality that camcorder can output. I'm really that surprised. Okay. That's the audio. Yep, uncompressed on that case. AVI for a certain program, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm using it to record with. All my camcorder settings. This one took a while to figure out what it was, because I really don't know those color spaces. I only know RGB and HSV. Those are the only 2 color spaces I know. Well, RGBA and the like. I don't know what demuxing is, or even muxing, so I have no idea what that is. Virtual dub works around this. I have no idea what subtitles are. I have no idea what this AVI synth thing is. And because the file's on my hard drive, if this Windows Explorer is any hint, I have no need for this. So that's basically all my settings right there. And there's some of this I don't exactly know what it means. This for speed, but of course they could go with something like this and such, just getting ideas. But for testing, this is otherwise okay. So then, since I'm otherwise ready, yeah, the file already exists. I want you to take very close note of the progress bar right here. Okay? Now, when that gets to the end, keep an eye on the number of frames. You remember from that other video that's 749 frames, right? If you remember catching that. Well, 749. Wasn't it 749? Why is it still going? And going. And going. Oh, okay, so now it stopped. Why did it go clear out to 1345 instead of 749? Huh? Well, that's the only problem I'm actually having with this program. The only problem. So, what's the quality like? Well, let's see. Could have just double. I hate this always on top thing. I never use it. I meant to double click this, but either way. Okay. Yeah, it's a 1345 here. But take a close note of this. Yeah, I know it's blurred, but that's expected. But either way, it is so much better quality. I can't see any pixelation here whatsoever. Compared to this, it's highly pixelated. Notice the difference? I don't know if you can make it out in the YouTube video, but one thing too you should note, 749, 1345. Okay, I want you to note this. Okay, every time I press the button to advance 1 frame at a time, nice and slow, it otherwise updates just fine. 1 frame at a time. But watch this one. Same speed. That's a lot different. That's why it's getting all that. There's a lot of frame duplication in there. Why it's doing that, I have absolutely no idea. But that's really the only problem I'm having right now with this program. So if you have any ideas on how to fix it, let me know. I could really make use of it. Or of course, since it's supposedly using something like this M encoder and things like that, or whatever those things are, maybe some setup on that. Of course, I don't know, or if those even support the M2TS and the such. But yeah, if I can solve this problem, I'll be otherwise good to go. I'll have solved the problem 100%, as far as I'm aware.